figured it out, Jessica put a ring on it.
Niecy Nash surprised the world in 2020 when she got married to Jessica Betts. Before her, Niecy had only ever been in relationships with men, but that changed when Jessica came out in her life, and you won't believe the inspirational love story behind her new marriage. A couple years ago, Niecy walked down the aisle for the third time. She was wearing a white dress as she made her way toward her soon-to-be wife Jessica. The pair had originally just been friends for 4 years, but when Niecy became single again, she realized that she maybe felt a little different about their relationship. Jessica is 10 years younger than Niecy. She's a singer, and she even released a music video soon after the pair wed, which actually includes part of their vows in it. A lot of people were actually really surprised by this union, mainly because Niecy had always identified as straight, and then all of a sudden she was married to a woman. I mean, she didn't slowly start dating women and then announce that she was engaged to one. Most people only found out literally just as she posted a picture of the wedding on Instagram. She said in a Netflix Pride interview that she and Jessica weren't necessarily keeping their relationship a secret. It was more that they were just keeping their lives private. It was also new to Niecy that they wanted some time behind closed doors to figure out what the relationship was before making it public, which I think makes a lot of sense because on top of that, Niecy hadn't exactly been divorced for long before she got together with Jessica. Going public would be a risky move. Tons of celebrities often worry about what coming out could do to their career. Niecy had worked hard to get to where she was in her career, and she was told that her new relationship could risk everything. I guess she truly believed in the hashtag she used under her Instagram wedding photo, which was "Love Wins." This marriage seems very different from her previous ones. Her first marriage was to a reverend named Don Nash in 1994. They were together for 17 years before splitting up, and Niecy has admitted that she stayed in the marriage that long because of her religion. They had a church together, and Niecy felt a lot of pressure because since she was a Christian, divorce just wouldn't look good. She talked about how a lot of couples stay together for their children, but it was her desire for her own kids to see what real love should look like that finally gave her the strength to get divorced. She later married an electrical engineer named Jay Tucker in 2011. She said that they were both looking to get married, and they just decided to give it a go. Sources of the Daily Mail speculated that they'd had trouble in the last 2 years of their marriage when Jay wasn't happy with Niecy's career ambition or with the graphic adult scenes she did in her crime show Claws. But Niecy went on the record to say that she didn't have a bad thing to say about anyone she'd married because they were all kind people. They were just different. She admitted though that by being with Jessica, it was the first time in her life that she felt fully seen. The two of them actually met while she was still married to Jay, and Jessica was actually in a relationship too. They became fast friends and would hang out and go to concerts, the theater, and parties together. Then one fateful evening, they met up to order takeout and watch a movie. Just a casual night in. Only this time, being newly single, Niecy suddenly saw her friend in a new light. She made her feelings clear to Jessica, but they both decided that they needed time to think about what would happen next. After all, they were really close friends, and by becoming romantic, they could risk losing each other completely. At first, Niecy said that she backed away and started ghosting Jessica. She just wouldn't answer her texts or calls, but Jessica didn't give up, and her persistence paid off because the two of them became an item. They weren't ready to tell the world at first, but they did share the news with their family and friends. When Niecy's friends asked her how they would respond to questions about the relationship, she said to simply tell them that she was happy. I think it's pretty clear that these two were head over heels in love with one another, and even Niecy's 3 children were really supportive since they met Jessica when she was just their mom's friend. What she said meant they could form their own opinions about her as a person. And luckily for Niecy and Jessica, they liked Jessica a lot and even swapped phone numbers with her. But one of Niecy's daughters felt that her mom needed to decide what her label was now. So Niecy shared a funny anecdote on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She recalled how her daughters had shown her a video explaining all the different labels there are now and how it had only left her even more confused. So she now apparently just identifies as free, which I think is actually pretty nice. But you'll never believe what Niecy admitted about her family after she told her mom the news. Things didn't go smoothly as they did when she told her kids, and Niecy said that it was a generational thing. She went on to explain that although she never doubted her mom's love for her, she felt that she was concerned with how the world would look at Niecy. She added that in her family, the women felt like their identities were connected with whether or not they had a man, and that her mom still had that mindset. but it wasn't her mom's slow acceptance that affected Niecy the most. There was something else that she was struggling with far more than that, and that was hiding her relationship from the public eye. She said in an interview with Advocate magazine that it was hard being so in love but not being able to express it in public. She shared a story about how when they were first dating, they'd gone grocery shopping and Niecy let out a painful moan in the middle of the aisle. Jessica came to check on her and Niecy expressed her frustration that she just wanted to be able to hold her hand in the grocery store. Months later though, she decided that even though she didn't want to risk losing what she had, she wasn't willing to keep her relationship a secret anymore. So not long after their wedding, they individually posted the news on their social media platforms. Niecy confessed that reaching the point where she felt ready to come out about the relationship was frightening. She cried and prayed about it, but said that the moment she posted the picture of the ceremony, she just felt so free. Niecy told Essence magazine that a lot of people thought her post was a promo for a scene from a movie or something. She underestimated how big of a deal people would find it, but for a lot of people trying to get through 2020, it was a snippet of good news among the seemingly never-ending bad news of that year. Fortunately, their relationship has generally been well received, and it doesn't seem to have affected either of their careers. It also gave hope to a lot of people in the LGBTQ+ community, as well as the Black community. Although celebrities like Janelle Monáe, Raven Simone, and Wanda Sykes have all come out over recent years, there are still very few Black queer women who are out in the entertainment industry, and even fewer who are in relationships with other women of color. So it's just been super exciting to see that Niecy and Jessica have been breaking ground. This year, the lovebirds appeared on the cover of Essence magazine. When asked for her opinions on how people of color are represented in the industry, Niecy said she doesn't think things will be remedied in her lifetime, but she believes for a fact that strides toward progress are being made. But what do you guys think? Were you impressed by how proud Niecy has been of her relationship with Jess, and do you think things might be changing for the better for queer women of color in the industry? Let me know in the comments down below.